Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Sandeep Walia, Head of the Department, University Institute of Tourism and Hospitality Management, Chandigarh University. Today, we are going to discuss about the module Tourism Product, Meaning and Development. After completing this module, the students will be able to know about the meaning of tourism products. The students will also be able to understand the various features of tourism product. The students will also understand the different characteristics of tourism products. Dear students, tourism product usually may be defined as the amount of psychological and physical satisfaction it offers or delivers to the tourists when they are traveling to a new place or are on the way to a given destination. It can be either domestic or international. Tourism products are more concerned towards services and facilities produced to fulfill the requirement of the consumers or the tourists. Tourism product may be combined or amalgamated in nature, that is, the various attractions at a given destination, transportation facilities and other entertainment facilities result in full or 100% customer satisfaction. Every element in tourism product is delivered by single supplier, service or facilities like tour operator, airline companies, hotels and resorts, etc. Tourist products can be studied on the basis of three important elements, that are attraction, accessibility and accommodation. Let us discuss about the attraction first. Attraction is the first and the most important element of tourism product. Until unless there is an attraction, then only a tourist would be encouraged to visit a particular place. Attraction is a very important element as it determines the choice made by a tourist to travel to a particular place rather than another place or destination. An attraction can be of different types such as historical, buildings and monuments, areas of archaeological interest, mountains, beaches, resorts, national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, flora and fauna, events like conferences, exhibitions, sports meets, World Cup, music and art, festivals, etc. Demand for tourist products can be determined on the basis of upcoming trends in the market or current fashions. Present fashion in the market are helpful for analyzing and fulfilling the demand for different tourism products, which can be included attractions, service and other amenities. Tourists visiting to hill stations for their natural beauty and panoramic views may choose to opt for some other destination due to current trends in the market and sometimes change in the fashion. Peter has sketched up a list of the different attractions that are important in tourism. Though the attractions of tourism are to a very large amount geographical in character, location and accessibility, whether a place or coastal or island position, and the ease with which a given place can be reached are very much essential. Those who wish to seek wilderness and adventure may think of physical space at a destination. Landscape or scenery is a mix of landforms, water and flora and has a beautiful and artistic value. Weather conditions, especially in relation to the amount of sunshine, temperature and precipitation, are of unique importance. Animal life might be a significant attraction. First, in relation to bird watching or viewing the game in their natural habitat, and second, for sports purposes, for example hunting and fishing. Humans' influence on the natural landscape in the name of its settlements, archaeological remains and ancient monuments, and is also a main attraction. Finally, a range of artistic elements, folklore, artistic expressions, ways of life, etc. offer valued attractions to large tourists. The second is the accessibility. Accessibility can be defined as a means by which a person or a tourist can travel or reach to a particular place or destination. Tourist attractions can be of different types. Some may be accessible or some may not be by a mode of transportation. A tourist always looks up to a mode or means of transport in order to reach that particular place or attraction. Mode of transportation can be a coach, a car, an aeroplane, a ship or boat, and a train that can enable or help a tourist to visit his desired destination. There are certain destinations which are not accessible by different modes of transport or inadequate transportation services. These destinations then in turn into a little of value. Generally, the tourist attractions that are situated close to the tourist generating area or market and are connected by a proper network of effective modes of transportation experience a large number of tourist visits. Distance between the place of origin to the desired destination plays a crucial role in the movement of tourists and affect their choices in destination selection. Proper connectivity between places or destination can act as motivation factor for tourists to visit a particular destination or place. Long distance destination increases the cost of travel for the tourist, which somehow restricts the limits of different tourists traveling across places. Time constraint and cost plays a crucial role in the movement of tourists across the globe. An instance can be that of India. Almost 2.5 million tourist visitors for a country of the size of India may seem to be rather insignificant. Though we see at certain things like the country's distance from the affluent tourist markets of the world such as Europe, United States, Japan, Canada and Australia. One may determine that the long distance is one of the reasons liable for low tourist visits. It costs a tourist from the nations quite a large amount to travel to India for a vacation. It has been listed before that North America and Europe last to be major markets creating and getting areas for international tourist arrivals, accounting for as much as 70% and 20% respectively of inbound tourist arrivals. Easygoing accessibility thus is a main aspect for the development of growth of tourist arrivals. Then the third one is the accommodation. Lodging and other services balance the tourist attractions. Accommodation is very crucial and plays a central role and is very essential requirement of every tourist destination. As per the definition given by United Nations World Tourism Organization, a person traveling to a new place from his place of origin must spend at least 24 hours at a particular destination, so then only he or she would be considered as a tourist. This tells about the importance of accommodation facilities at a distance definition. The demand for accommodation has always been there since ages. Therefore, the demand for or the need for accommodation is met through variety of facilities. In the accommodation sector, the range and type of lodging is a bit wide ranging and has experienced through different stages in the last couple of years. There is a decrease in the need for small hotels, boarding houses and other accommodation facilities. Large hotel chains have started to increase their share at famous tourist destinations and big metropolitans throughout the globe in more traditional holiday and seaside resorts in Europe and elsewhere. Large hotels are keeping their share of holiday resorts. In the past few years, certain changes have arisen in the accommodation sector and the type of accommodation has totally transformed. The demand for non-traditional and informal types of lodging facilities have increased to a great extent. Holiday villages and concepts like homestays, condominiums and youth hostels are the current trends in the accommodation sector. And popularity of these types of accommodations has increasing in the present times. Accommodation in itself has become an attraction in the modern times. In fact, a big group of travelers visit a specific town or destination simply since there is a first-class luxury resort and hotel that offers outstanding facilities and services for the entertainment of tourists. Few nations like Holland, France, Switzerland, Belgium, and Austria have achieved a reputation for offering exceptional lodging with lavish food. Countless hotel companies away in different nations, especially the resort hotels, have earned a status for their exceptional services, casinos, and other entertainment facilities. The French government, for example, overlaid the way for tourist expansion of Corsia by introduction of a large hotel growth agenda. Then the next one is the amenities. Every tourist traveling to a new destination desires for world-class facilities and services. In order to fulfill the demand, huge efforts are made by the industry. High-quality facilities are important aid to every tourist destination or center. For a coastal resort, services like swimming, boating, yachting, surf riding, and other amenities like recreation, dancing, and other entertainment and amusement services are very essential for each and every destination center. Facilities can be of two kinds: natural, that is sea bathing, which is possibilities of fishing opportunities for trekking, climbing, or viewing, etc., and can be man-made, that is different kind of entertainment facilities that can cater to the unique requirements of the various tourists. Outstanding beaches, sheltered from sunshine with palm and coconut trees, are providing good, healthy or bathing conditions, makes a very good go to tourist center. Various other natural facilities like large water for the purpose of cruising or the chances for hunting and fishing are equally very significant. Let us discuss about characteristics of tourism product. Tourism products are mostly service goods that have different types of features. For instance, in business tourism, management and planning are the services provided by different large convention centers and hotel chains. Various fairs and festivals are the events that are provided for the entertainment and amusement only at a given time of the year. And these are usually variable and perishable. In a country like India, numerous traditional and ancient attractions in the form of music and dance can be watched and experienced. There are different natural products which are being consumed by the tourists traveling to India, like flora and fauna, wildlife, etc. Following are some of the features and characteristics of tourism products. Tourism products are intangible. Unlike a physical product, say a train or television, there is no handover of ownership of products is included in tourism. The goods or products in tourism cannot be consumed or demonstrated before purchasing. Instead, some installations, amenities, items of equipment are available for a certain or fixed period of time and for a particular use. For instance, a hotel room is offered or provided for a given time frame, or a seat in a train is provided for a couple of hours of the journey. The second one is psychological. A tourism product is offered to provide or offer certain level of satisfaction to the consumers or tourist. A person or a tourist acquires experience with the consumption of different tourist products. Experience derived while interacting to new places, people and environments helps in the encouragement of potential customers and helps in attracting them to consume the products offered to the market. The next one is that tourism products are highly perishable. Usually a tour operator or a travel agent offers or sells various tourism products to the market which are perishable in nature and cannot be stored or sustained for a longer time frame. Production of the products and services is only possible if there is demand and the customers are actually present, and if the customer buys the product, it cannot be blocked, distributed or customized. If the product is not consumed on time or is unused, the chances are lost, which means if a tourist does not buy that flight ticket on a given date, the chance at the time is lost, or can say that validity of the seat is expired or is left unused. The reason can be heavy discounts or offers given by the airline company on the given date or during off-season. Then the next one is the composite product. A tourism product is never offered or produced by a single enterprise. There is an involvement of different parties. that is travel agent, hotels, airline companies, tour guides, etc. When compared to a manufactured product, there is the involvement of various parties in providing or manufacturing a complete tourist product. The product shields broad experience of a holiday to a specific destination, and numerous suppliers and providers that supply to create this experience. For example, a hotel provides the food and rooms, travel agents make booking for sightseeing and stay at different places, airline and rail provide seats, etc. Then the next feature of tourism product is it is having unstable demand. There is a problem, or one can say a challenge, for tourism products, as tourism products are influenced by the seasonality, economic or political factors. For instance, there is a demand for the hill station in the summer season, as people like to travel to cold places, mostly places like Manali, Shimla, Nainital, Mussoorie, etc. Whereas the demand for coastal areas like Goa rises in the winters. There are different times of a year when there is a demand for a particular destination than other destinations. This is the time when there is a huge tension on the hotel bookings, transport system, the employment, etc. The next feature is fixed supply in a short run. Tourism product, similarly as the factory made products, cannot be transported to the final consumers. The consumers have to go to the products offered to them. Product development is done on the basis of analysis of the taste and preferences, behavior, dislikes and likes of the consumers, so that the expectations and realities of the consumers. Therefore, the supply of the tourism product is limited in the short run and may be maximized on a long-term basis depending upon the increasing demand pattern of the tourist product. The next one is the absence of ownership. Tourism products have absence of ownership. For instance, when one buy a product, say a bike or a car, the possession of the same is reassigned to them. But when one rents a cab, he or she only buys the right to be transferred from one place to another. You neither own the driver nor the cab. Similarly, in case of tourism products like airline tickets, train tickets or a hotel room can be used for a given time frame but not owned. Tourism products can only be purchased for using, but the ownership of the same stays with the provider of the service or the product. So, an opera show can be watched but the performer cannot be kept. The next feature is that these products are heterogeneous. Tourism is not a uniform product. Similarly, tourism product is not same, since they tend to change or vary in terms of quality and standard with the passage of time. Unlike a television set or any other factory-made product, a flight or a tour package cannot be the same at all the times. The reason behind the changing nature of the tourism products is a service, and services are consumers oriented. So there is variability in tourism products, as all humans are not the same and vary in terms of their behavior, taste and preferences. For example, all workers working in a hotel cannot give the same excellence or facility, and the same worker might not perform equally in the morning and in the evening shift. Therefore, the services cannot be uniform or homogeneous. The next feature is that they are risky. Tourism products are first purchased and later on consumed. That is why there is a high level of risk involved in purchasing before the consumption of the product. An element of chance of risk is always there in the process. For instance, a movie might not be as entertaining as it promises to be, or a summer vacation in Goa may be disappointing due to bad weather or heavy rains. Then the next is marketable. Tourism products are marketable at different markets. Firstly, both the regional and national organizations involve themselves in catering the potential customers or tourists to travel to different regions or destinations across the country. Secondly, the individual firms are trying to market their own tourism products in order to cater potential customers. Let us discuss about various characteristics that make tourism a unique product. Tourism products are intangible in nature, as it consists of memories and experiences. There is a need of highly trust amongst the buyer and the seller. Tourism products are costly. Consumers have expectations for quality and world-class standards when they are traveling to a new destination, as they spend huge amount of money and time. Tourism products are highly perishable in nature. Tourism professionals are selling time. For instance, hotel rooms that are not sold on a given day. Empty rooms means a lost revenue. This is the reason for huge room sales and last-minute discounts on hotel rooms. The usage of the product is restrained by time limitations. Many people do not have never-ending holidays. The standard and quality of the singular product frequently varies on the elements outside the power of the seller. For instance, while an airline company may offer world-class facilities and services, the tourist might have encountered a rude tour manager when he has boarded a flight from the airport. The tourism products cannot be stored for a longer duration of time. That is the reason why tourism industry takes advantages at the time of high demand factor, that is, trips to north in the summers. Tourism products have a limited supply of the product and which cannot be easily changed. The tourism product is highly seasonal in nature. For instances, cafes in Goa closes in the month of May to September as they make huge revenues or profits during in the season. Dear students, let us now summarize what we have discussed in this module. Tourism products are mainly the amount of physical and psychological satisfaction offered to the tourists when they are on a vacation to international or domestic destination. It comprises of the three main elements, that is attractions, accessibility and accommodation. Tourism products are developed in a manner that they satisfy and fulfill the requirement and desires of the tourist. It may include the various attractions, whether they are man-made or the natural one, at a given destination, the means of transport available for traveling from one place to another, that is the road, air, rail or the water, and the lodging facilities like hotels, resorts, inns, guest houses, homestays, etc. at the destination, and all the other services and facilities like entertainment and amusement facilities, shopping malls, museums, parks, etc., which are required or consumed by a tourist during his or her whole tour. Each element, that is tourism products, are offered or delivered by tour operators and travel agents, hotels, airline companies, etc. Tourist products can be classified into two main categories, that is natural and man-made. Similarly, like other manufactured products, tourism products also have certain features and characteristics. Tourism products are intangible in nature as they cannot be touched, only can be experienced. Tourism products are perishable in nature as they cannot be stored for a longer period of time. Tourism products are psychological in nature as they tend to provide satisfaction and experience to the consumers or to the tourists. Tourism products are owned by the consumer for a specific period of time. There is a lack of ownership in those tourism products. Tourism products are composite as different parties are involved in offering these products like travel agents, tour operators, hotel, airline companies, etc. There is a high level of risk involved in tourism products as the customer or the consumer have to buy products first and they have to consume them in the later stages when compared to the manufactured products. Tourism products are heterogeneous in nature as they tend to vary or change at different stages, that is the quality and the standard of an airline sometimes does not match the standard of a hotel. They can vary at different situations. And with these words, I sum up this module. Thank you.